police pursuit. Today we launch a new fresh series where people mess with the wrong cops. Every reckless choice flips on instant justice mode. Buckle up. Let's roll right now, folks. Troopers from the Florida Highway Patrol discovered a stolen white Range Rover abandoned along Interstate 75 in Broward County, which had previously been reported stolen in Collier County. Shortly after, 3 suspects jumped into a 2023 Mercedes-Benz C300 with fake license plates and sped away, forcing troopers to initiate a pursuit. During the escape, the Mercedes reached speeds of up to 140 miles per hour, repeatedly attempting to shake off pursuing units. Inside the vehicle, troopers later identified multiple burglary tools, including gloves, a screwdriver, a hammer, and 3 fraudulent Florida license plates. The 3 suspects eventually fled on foot into nearby residential areas, but were quickly located and taken into custody. They were identified as Caleb Christopher Reed, 20, Dejon Keeman Reed, 19, and Horace Jerome Ellis, 21. All 3 now face multiple charges, including fleeing and eluding law enforcement, possession of burglary tools, reckless driving, and illegal license plating. The pursuit ultimately came to an end when troopers closed in and executed a precise PIT maneuver, causing the Mercedes to lose control, spin off the roadway, and come to a stop on the shoulder, bringing the escape attempt to a decisive end. In 2024, Arkansas State Trooper Mike Lynn was monitoring traffic on US 67 when he received an alert about a high-speed pursuit approaching. The suspect, driving a red Dodge Ram 1500 and wanted on theft charges, sped past, prompting the trooper to join the chase with lights and sirens activated. The driver operated the vehicle recklessly, even managing to evade an initial pit maneuver, an uncommon outcome that allowed him to continue fleeing for several miles. However, heavy traffic ahead slowed the truck, giving Trooper Lynn the opportunity to act. He executed a precise pit maneuver, causing the vehicle to crash and effectively ending the pursuit. After the crash, officers ordered the suspect out and secured the scene. They discovered bags of a white crystalline substance both near the vehicle and on the suspect. Civilians involved reported injuries and were taken to a hospital. The suspect is expected to face multiple serious charges. This case highlights how reckless decisions and attempts to flee only increase danger and ultimately lead to capture and severe consequences.
fuck out! Climb out of this fucking window right now. I think I'm coming. You just stop the shit when that happens. Get the fuck out.
You got him on camera. I'm on the map. I've got him up here at 11, I think.
I'm gonna tase the shit out of you in just a second. Get the fuck out. I'm coming out right now.
Georgia State Patrol troopers attempted to stop a Honda that refused to pull over and accelerated into a dangerous high-speed chase. The suspect weaved through traffic, putting other drivers at risk as troopers closed in and prepared to end the pursuit using tactical intervention.
Hit the wall, hit a white van.
The chase became tense when the suspect's car suddenly accelerated to 100 miles per hour, forcing the police to speed up in pursuit to stop it. A trooper executed a precise PIT maneuver, spinning the Honda off the roadway and disabling it. After the crash, the driver resisted and tried to fight the trooper before being subdued and arrested, bringing the volatile pursuit to a safe conclusion.
Hands up! Hands up, driver! Hands up! Anything, I won't shoot you. Get on the fucking ground. Bro, please.
All right, northbound back onto Silkram Loop.
On July 24th, 2023, in Polk County, Florida, a tense pursuit unfolded after a Chevrolet Z71 pickup refused to stop and sped off through residential neighborhoods. The driver pushed the truck to high speeds, swerving between lanes and tearing through local streets, putting both residents and passing motorists in immediate danger.
It's gonna be a green in color Chevy, white cooler in the back. I'll be 1031. 1031.
The chase intensified as the suspect continued driving recklessly, darting through tighter roads in an attempt to escape. Deputies stayed composed, maintaining control and coordinating closely, while steadily closing the gap, waiting for the right moment to safely intervene.
26-3 is our team address. Your simple move.
That moment came on a quieter stretch of road, where deputies moved in and executed a precise pit maneuver, clipping the rear of the pickup and sending it spinning nearly 180 degrees. The truck quickly lost momentum and came to a stop on the median, ending the suspect's attempt to flee.
Pit. I'm gonna attempt the pit. No traffic.
Within seconds, deputies surrounded the vehicle and took the suspect into custody on the roadside grass. The incident is a clear reminder that what may begin as a minor violation can escalate rapidly when a driver chooses to run, turning a simple stop into a dangerous situation with far more serious consequences. On January 25th, 2024, Florida Highway Patrol tried to stop a Chevy Silverado on the Turnpike to investigate driver Vincent Barbosa for suspected drugs. The truck fled at high speed with two passengers, Julian Montes and Tremaine Reed. During the chase, the suspects threw a bag containing cocaine and 3 firearms from the vehicle before being arrested. perfectly executed violent crash to bring the car to a complete stop. All three were jailed in Fort Lauderdale on armed cocaine trafficking charges with no bond. Barboza was on felony probation, Reed is an 8-time felon, and Montez a 4-time felon with prior fleeing and violent offenses. On November 10, 2022, while patrolling near GA 36 and GA 212, an officer was notified that Newton County Sheriff's Office and Covington Police were pursuing a vehicle connected to a missing person investigation. The suspect, driving a Honda Accord, had fled a wooded area where detectives were searching for evidence. Soon after, the officer spotted the vehicle speeding north on Georgia 36, recklessly passing cars over a double yellow line before turning onto Pickett Bridge Road, escalating the danger.
Find out what their charges are, please. 10-4, I've asked that dispatcher multiple times.
The officer joined the pursuit and was assigned primary control as the chase continued east on GA 212. The suspect drove aggressively, swerving across lanes and heading toward a residential area, increasing the risk to the public. Waiting for a safer moment as traffic cleared, the officer made the critical decision to perform a pit maneuver. Matching speed carefully, the patrol vehicle struck the suspect's car, though the driver attempted to evade and nearly collided with a bystander before both vehicles left the roadway.
I think you're gonna need a record.
The driver, identified as Jesse Hardman, was taken into custody at gunpoint. He was a convicted felon wanted for probation violations, with multiple loaded firearms found within reach. A further search uncovered a stolen license plate and additional magazines, linking the weapons to possible burglaries. He now faces multiple serious charges. The incident highlights how dangerous fleeing only worsens consequences and reinforces the importance of decisive yet controlled law enforcement action. While patrolling US Highway 78 on September 28, 2024, an officer clocked a gray Dodge Ram at 107 miles per hour in a 60 zone. The driver fled, used a turn lane to pass traffic, briefly stopped at a red light, then ran it and continued into a densely populated area. To end the danger, the officer executed a tactical vehicle intervention on the passenger side.
They stopped. Be 30 and comments. Yeah, 37. TVI.
The truck spun clockwise, left the roadway, and slammed into a utility pole, snapping it and dropping live wires onto nearby vehicles. The driver, Mr. Hotchkiss, was slumped over, but breathing. After backup arrived, troopers removed and handcuffed him, noting a strong odor of alcohol and a bottle of Beam's 8-Star whiskey inside. He refused EMS care and became combative, but was transported to St. Bernard's Medical Center, then transferred to Memphis for a neck fracture. Damage to the pole was estimated at $5,000, and a parked truck was burned by fallen wires. He faces multiple charges, including fleeing, reckless driving, DWI, and criminal mischief. On February 4th, 2023, at around 3:15 a.m., an FHP trooper observed two men near pickup trucks at milepost 279 on I-75, appearing to attempt a vehicle theft. When they noticed law enforcement, the suspects fled northbound in one of the trucks, immediately prompting a high-risk pursuit along the interstate. During the chase, the suspects escalated the situation by firing a weapon multiple times from their moving vehicle. One of the rounds struck a passing tanker truck, significantly increasing the danger to both motorists and officers. Despite the extreme risk, the trooper maintained visual contact, carefully monitored the situation, and coordinated with dispatch to alert other units and ensure a controlled response. The pursuit continued as the suspects drove recklessly at high speeds, combining fleeing behavior with armed violence. This incident highlights the serious threats posed when suspects choose to escalate encounters with law enforcement. It serves as a critical reminder that such actions endanger countless lives and inevitably lead to severe legal consequences and intensified law enforcement response.
Line mail, I got the
On June 30th, 2024, Florida State Troopers patrolling State Road 836 noticed a gray Jeep Grand Cherokee with a suspicious temporary tag. When they attempted a traffic stop, the driver suddenly fled, speeding and weaving through traffic, creating a dangerous situation on the busy highway.
White male, I got the truck.
You said you're on the Turnpike now?
Troopers maintained pursuit while coordinating with air support and nearby units to control the situation. The suspect continued reckless driving across multiple lanes, putting countless motorists at risk. After several miles, officers executed a tactical maneuver that successfully forced the vehicle to stop on the shoulder without causing further harm. The driver, identified as 30-year-old Jose Alberto Rodriguez, initially refused commands but was taken into custody without incident. A search revealed a concealed firearm, an item suggesting he tried to hide his identity. He also had no valid license or registration. Rodriguez now faces multiple felony charges. This case highlights that fleeing only escalates danger and consequences, and law enforcement will ultimately bring such situations to a safe end. On March 2nd, 2024, in Miami, Florida Highway Patrol, FHP, officers engaged in a pursuit of a silver Ford Mustang speeding along the highway. Despite heavy traffic, the driver recklessly weaved between vehicles and even sped into the emergency lane in an attempt to escape. The pursuit quickly escalated as the Mustang continued accelerating, making the situation on the roadway increasingly dangerous. While attempting a sharp turn to shake the pursuing officers, the car lost control and slammed head-on into the median barrier. The violent impact left the front of the vehicle badly mangled, with debris scattered across the roadway and thick smoke pouring from the engine compartment. Officers quickly surrounded the scene, subdued the driver, and placed the suspect under arrest. The incident ended with the driver paying a heavy price for reckless behavior and disregard for both the law and the safety of others. On June 30th, 2024, Florida State Troopers patrolling State Road 836 noticed a gray Jeep Grand Cherokee with a suspicious temporary tag. When they attempted a traffic stop, the driver suddenly fled, speeding and weaving through traffic, creating a dangerous situation on the busy highway.
White male, I got one truck. You said you're on the Turnpike now?
Troopers maintained pursuit while coordinating with air support and nearby units to control the situation. The suspect continued reckless driving across multiple lanes, putting countless motorists at risk. After several miles, officers executed a tactical maneuver that successfully forced the vehicle to stop on the shoulder without causing further harm. The driver, identified as 30-year-old Jose Alberto Rodriguez, initially refused commands but was taken into custody without incident. A search revealed a concealed firearm, an item suggesting he tried to hide his identity. He also had no valid license or registration. Rodriguez now faces multiple felony charges. This case highlights that fleeing only escalates danger and consequences, and law enforcement will ultimately bring such situations to a safe end. On April 20th, 2019, officers in Milwaukee responded to a drug-related complaint near North 13th Street and West Capitol Drive. As they arrived to investigate, a 27-year-old man fled the scene in a vehicle, prompting a high-speed pursuit through city streets.
We're east on Lawrence from 20th. Continuing east on Lawrence from Cornell. Roads are dry, traffic is none. Going to be a gray Pontiac G6 two-door. Under Rock Acura 10, police pursuit's going to be reckless driving. Speeds are approximately 80 miles per hour. Is this Green Bay? Coming up to Green Bay right now. We're south on Green Bay. South on Green Bay from Cornell.
The chase quickly escalated as the suspect drove recklessly, putting both officers and civilians at serious risk. During the pursuit, the vehicle lost control and crashed. The driver was pronounced dead at the scene, bringing a tragic end to the incident.
Clear. Still south on 13th, passing Hope. Clear left, clear right. Clear. It's going to be a gray Pontiac G6 two-door. Under Rock Acura. Oh! Crash! 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 More squads! 1301. Careful!
The case was later reviewed in accordance with department policy. This incident serves as a powerful reminder of how quickly dangerous decisions can lead to irreversible consequences. Attempting to flee law enforcement not only increases the risk to others, but can also result in the loss of life. It highlights the importance of making responsible choices and understanding that escaping accountability often leads to far more severe outcomes.
Oh boy. Oh shit. Whoa.
The Milwaukee Police Department has released dashcam footage of a high-speed pursuit that unfolded in Milwaukee on January 28, 2020.
Go. Hit that gas, baby.
The chase came to a dramatic end when a stolen vehicle crashed and plunged off the 27th Street viaduct near the Mitchell Park Domes, tumbling down the embankment before coming to rest on its side.
Oh boy. Oh shit. Oh shit.
My goodness.
Holy shit. Holy
All right,
shit.
we're gonna go around.
Hold on, my door's open, my door's.
Snap it shut. We'll get down there.
Yeah. All right, let me get on here.
Take 2121. It's Evergreen and Lane Boulevard.
Northbound, Rock Acura on 27th Street. We're approaching Ohio.
Despite the violent crash, the driver managed to climb out and flee on foot for roughly 7 blocks before being taken into custody. Remarkably, no one was killed in the incident.
U-turn.
Location 215.
Chaos swept Little Rock when a gray Acura sped through downtown, catching Officer Jackson Shoemate's attention. The driver refused to stop, forcing a high-risk pursuit that endangered pedestrians, drivers, and officers as the vehicle raced recklessly through busy city streets, sirens echoing as officers struggled to contain the reckless threat. The chase ended when Shoemate executed a precise PIT maneuver, spinning the Acura and stopping the flight. Cornered and overwhelmed, the suspect broke down emotionally, pleading with officers not to shoot as the tense confrontation finally de-escalated, bringing a chaotic pursuit under control. Shoemate then took firm control, ordering the suspect to stop resisting and submit to handcuffs. The incident ended with an arrest and multiple charges, reinforcing Arkansas law enforcement's clear message that fleeing police only leads to swift and decisive consequences. The case highlighted the dangers of defying lawful orders on crowded city roads,